What is going on, everybody? My name is Nick from MWK-Pop, and welcome to MWK-Pop's Hot Highlight, a weekly show where I talk about the 3 of my favorite releases of the last week, and I share some of the songs, albums, and other sorts of things that are what I'm feeling for the week. So let's get straight into the first segment, which is going to be the 3 songs that I liked from this last week. So let's get it started. As I said, we're going to start off the show with the releases of the last week that I think are what I'm really favoriting right now. And first off, we're going to start with Super Junior, This Is Love, which is a song from their Mamacita album that they released. This is a music video that they're using and song that they're using to promote the repackage of that album. And this song, if you've watched my reaction to it, you know that I absolutely love the song and the music video. But we're going to talk about the song a little bit as opposed to the music video. Number one, what I really love about this is that it is just a smooth and classy song. It's got such a smooth feel to it. It's amazing. But it also has a bit of a funky feel to it. The guitar track that is playing throughout the entire thing is a bit funky as well. I love it. It gives the song some groove, which is something that you can just, get in the groove with while you're listening to the song. While I was watching the reaction to it, or while I was doing my reaction to it, I did notice, I thought I picked out that there's an awesome bass track that I was hearing as well. And I was right. Listen to it with my nice headphones so I can actually pick out all of the different, tone depths and tone differences and stuff like that. And the bass track's a bit hidden. It's really hard for, a bass track to be, highlighted without dropping some layers out of the backing track for the song. But even though it's subtle, right, it plays the same part that the guitar riff does to give it a bit of a funky groove, which is awesome. And when they go, when they hit some of the twanging notes on the bass guitar, which you hear, what I'm talking about, when you listen to the song again, it really helps to, pull the bass track from the background of the song to the forefront, so you hear it for a second and you notice that it's there. And that was really the moment that kind of highlighted that for me. That was like, wow, there's a bass track back there. I really like it. So that's fantastic. And as a person who used to play bass guitar, for a fair bit, I've stopped now, but I used to. I really love hearing a good bass track, bass beats, bass rhythm, bass line, bass riff. It's just so much fun. I think the bass guitar is one of the most underrated things in music, and people don't give it enough credit, which is it's fine, it's understandable. And on top of the guitars that are in there, I'm gonna talk about the piano track in there, or the piano keyboard sort of thing, the string percussion instruments that was being used as part of the thing as well. Because while these give it a bit of a funky groove, the guitars do, the piano, the keyboard gives it a smooth feeling. It brings it back down and keeps it just kind of mellow on a straight line. And it also complements the vocal tracks as well, or the vocals, to back that up, give it a nice smooth feel, which is where it gets the smooth classy feel. But then you got the guitar in the background to give it a beat that you can just groove to while you sit there and bob your head and just enjoy the song, watch the music video and the nice transitions and all that stuff in the music video. So overall, this song is absolutely amazing. So Super Junior, number 1. Number 2, we've got BTS, War of Hormone, which is a song off of their Dark and Wild album, their first full album, which Danger I liked. It was a great song. I love it a lot. But it definitely was not the best song on the album. And I would say that this song, War of Hormone, is, the best, if not the best song on the album. It is one of the best, in my opinion. It's fantastic. The intro to the song is awesome. In the music video, it's also awesome. It builds up a bit to, kind of like a roller coaster. And then the song just goes from there as it goes into Rap Monster's first verse, right? It just goes. And it doesn't ever stop. Never stops from where it starts. It just goes at a nice fast pace, and it's so awesome. And a lot of people are saying too that guitar and drums, giving it a rock feel, is not really what you would expect from a rap song. But if you go back, you can look. I want to, not specifically Beastie Boys, but Beastie Boys kind of started it a bit. You've got Rage Against the Machine, who are probably the best, example of, rock and rap being combined to make some fantastic products. So, it's not unheard of. But the difference though is that, whereas Rage Against the Machines was a rock group who was doing rap or rapping vocals and all that stuff, this is not like, it's not a rock song. They use the guitar and the drum kit sounds to produce the backing track as if they were using like a synthesizer or any other sort of backing track that they would have done for a, regular rap song. And they use that to make it, and it works so good. It's so good. Just, there's nothing bad that I can say about this song. It is absolutely amazing. And, like I said, from the beginning, from the intro, when it builds up a little bit, and then it just goes, it has a good flow. I know that's a different variation from verses from member to member, which is awesome. Makes it, keeps the variety up throughout the entire song, which doesn't make it boring from start to finish. So that is great. That's number 2. Number 3, we've got Beast song 12:30, which when the song started, I figured that it was going to be kind of like a, what was the last song called? Good Luck, right? The sort of intro where that kind of was a ballad sort of feel. I was like, man, is this song is going to start like that, but then we're going to get into like an actual pop sort of song, like how Good Luck did. But it didn't. It didn't ever happen. And that is perfectly fine. That's great. And as I was listening to it, as it just kept going and going and going, and I realized that it wasn't actually going to change to being like into an electronic pop song, I was like instantly, like in my head went, Teen Top, this is like not really what I expected, right? Because when I went into Teen Top song Missing, I was expecting them to come out with like an electronic song, upbeat, all that stuff, generally like what I'm more familiar with, what I was expecting from them, and they didn't. But that doesn't mean it was bad. That doesn't mean I'm disappointed or anything like that. I'm actually really, really happy, kind of blown away by it, because it's just so good. The string ensemble that they use, the string instruments that they use throughout the entire song, really, to give it kind of gives the song a bit of a light feeling, which is awesome through the verses. And then when they get to the choruses the choruses, they add a bunch more layers into the backing track in terms of, instruments and stuff like that, to like emphasize like this is the chorus and this is probably a part that we want to emphasize more than the verses. It draws a distinction between the choruses and the verses, which is awesome. I love it, because the choruses feature different, multiple members doing vocals, whereas the verses are one member at a time really doing, and they alternate all that stuff. But it is great. 12:30 is fantastic. And, another thing that really kind of highlights the whole like light feeling to it is, they've got a drum set, or they've got a drum track in there, right? But instead of using like the kick drum, the bass drum, or anything like that, a deep sort of driving beat to keep time, how you got songs that keep time. If you listen to it, they're not using the drums to do that, right? They've got the cymbal, right? They're kind of like, it sounds to me like a hi-hat sort of thing. Well, hi-hat kind of is, they step on it and they close it, like they're using the hi-hat cymbals to keep the time for the song, which is good. It adds to it. It doesn't give it such a heavy, dark feeling like a bass sort of drum would be, like a bass drum or anything like that. So it's good. It really adds to the fact that this song is, like light and mellow and all that stuff. And just this song is just absolutely amazing. It is the most. What else can I say? Beast. I mean, Beast is a group that I like. Cube is my favorite group, entertainment company in K-pop, and since I started following K-pop, they haven't put out a song that I haven't liked, so that's great. And they come out with another one, and now we've got B2B, Beast, A-Pink did a song earlier in the year, Gina's done a song. Now all that's left is 4 Minute to come out soon. And I would anticipate if they don't do it that if 4 Minute doesn't come out by the end of the year, they'll definitely be out in the first few months of next year. So I'm looking forward to that. 4 Minute comeback will be great. You don't want to miss that when I post all about that on my freaking channel. So those are the 3 songs really that I, that I see as the highlights of this week. There are a couple other songs that I really enjoyed from the week, but some of them we'll have to see if those make it into my top three, my flavor of the week songs or albums or whatever. So let's see who I'm feeling, what I am enjoying this week in the next segment coming right up. Now we are at the final segment of the show, which I'm basically going to call my flavor of MWK-pop's flavor of the week, or Nick's flavor of the week. First off, we got Song Ji Eun, her single the album itself, not a single song off of the album. I cannot possibly pick a favorite song from any of those albums, but 25, the album itself is absolutely amazing from start to finish. It is just absolutely amazing. The two of the four songs that are on there have music videos, and they're so great, and they're different too. They're not like similar or anything like that. They are vastly different songs, and it's fantastic. It's just so amazing. And just because I love it so much, or as an example of how much I love it, I'm actually considering on if I'm going to get both the A and B versions, the two different versions of the standard edition that are out. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to do that. I'm going to get one of them, and the second one is going to definitely be in the plans for sometime in the future. So, yeah, whoever, I don't even know what company, TS Entertainment, whoever is publishing this and all that stuff, I'm going to buy two of your albums probably at some point before I die. Because, and that's one of the things too, you think about it, right? Yeah, it's just, and Beast has done the same, or Cube has done the same thing with the Beast album, right? So with Song Ji Eun, you get two different album artworks, two different packaging styles, which I want both of them because they are unique, right? And which is driving sales, right? Physical sales are what companies want. How does Cube help or try and promote people to buy their physical album? Beast's new album, they put a song on there that's only going to be on the CD. So if you buy it digitally through iTunes or wherever else, you're not going to get song number 6 on there. Although if you download it illegally, you will get the last track. I didn't say that though, so shh, you didn't hear it. You buy the album. But yeah, I mean, companies giving people reasons to buy physical albums is fantastic. Two different artworks, not really a reason to buy it, but it's a reason if you want to have both of the different artworks. Maybe they'll have a different photo book or whatever else that's inside there. Who knows? But I'm looking to get both of those Song Ji Eun albums or the two versions of the Song Ji Eun album because it's just so much. I love it so much. So that is number one. Number two, we've got two groups because they fall under, I guess, the same sort of distinction or reason why I like them. First, you got UNIQ and B.I.G doing their two songs, which they came out this week, and this is the reason why they didn't feature in my top 3 of the week. And this is because, well, one, I didn't think that they weren't the best releases of the week, obviously, but they weren't bad. They definitely weren't bad. So good. And they're really going to be, because they came between Beast and Super Junior or between BTS and Super Junior, I should say. That's even closer because it was like BTS one day and then these two the next day and then Super Junior after that to end out the week, to wrap up the week. And they've just been overshadowed, I think. And these two songs, right, while they're not like the most amazing songs, they're not game changing, they're not even, bringing anything super amazingly different to the game or anything like that, they're still really, really, really solid songs. I love them so much. And, there's nothing, like I said, there's nothing that's particularly impressive to me about them, but the thing that I love the most about them is that they're just really a lot of fun to listen to. Right, the UNIQ song "Falling in Love" is just a song, roll down the windows in your car, you just cruise, and then you're singing along and you're screaming, "I'm falling in love," and all that stuff. It's just it's so great, and B.I.G is kind of the same way as well. It's got that same sort of feeling and all that, so it's great, and there's so much fun to listen to. And when even if a song is bad and it's fun to listen to, that counts for something, doesn't it? That really does. And I guess along talking about songs that aren't necessarily good, but are fun to listen to. The third song of the week is going to be Real Ago by DGNA, which is personally kind of a guilty pleasure song at the moment. When I did my music video reaction, I was really critical of it. I was like, this song is not very good at all. I like the style that they came out with, the concept for the music video and all that stuff, but the song itself was just like, bleh. It was bad. But as listening to it a couple more times after that, I was like, you know what? The merit that this song has, right? The reason why I like this song all of a sudden is because it's just a lot of fun to listen to. Again, just like UNIQ and B.I.G. It is so much fun. You just listen to it, right? Listen to it. Don't even expect it to be a good song. Just listen to it. Just sit in your car, turn your volume up to 11, and just go for it. Go for a drive, right? When you're driving down, when you're hitting a fast section of the road, right, and you're going really fast, turn this song on, and this song gets you hyped, right? It really does. And it's just like, oh, I never really listening to it for the first time, right? I didn't think it was good, right? But sometimes you got to give songs a couple more listens before you actually realize, like, yeah, this song has some value to it. So, DGNA, initially I wrote it off, and then I downloaded it a couple days later, or I got it a couple days later, got my hands on it a couple days later to listen to more, critically. And then I was like, you know what? The song's good. It's got a nice groove, man. It's got a groove, and I can get into it, and I can just really dig on it, and it gets me kind of hyped sometimes. And that is also important. Like I said, I don't really think the song is particularly good, but on the other hand, it doesn't have to be good for me to like it, right? I can like a song that's not good as long as it gives me a feeling or, some sort of emotional response that I like. So, Real Ago by DGNA, that's the last song of the week. So, so pretty much that's what I was listening to this week. DGNA, B.I.G. and UNIQ, and the entire Song Ji Eun single album that was just released. So those are the flavors of the week. So that's all that I've got for this video. Thanks for watching. Before you go though, please check out the rest of the videos on my channel. Click on the link down in the description below to take me to my profile, to my Twitter profile, I should say, and give me a follow there. And I will see you next week for another MWK-Pop's hot highlight. And until then, I will see you next week and every video in between. See you later.